Massenomics.
Thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Yeah. Welcome to Massenomics, the world's strongest podcast. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Massenomics. Make sure you go visit Massenomics.com. There you'll find the rest of our powerful content. While you're there, check out our store and buy yourself some of that sweet Massenomics gear.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's episode of the Massenomics podcast. I am Tyler. Next to me, as usual, is Tommy.
What's up?
And across the way is Tanner.
Hello, everybody.
Keeping the brim low, keeping the bright lights of the studio out of his eyes.
Don't want
to get blinded.
See me here.
So I've been gone for the last 3 weeks. I took an adventure in Europe, and I just wanted to get
that Europe, Minnesota, or
Europe, Minnesota.
Is that a place?
I don't think so. But there was a few subjects I wanted to make sure that we got into. That I had thought about while we were gone.
Was it a gay cruise or?
It wasn't a gay cruise. Well, listen, any cruise is a gay cruise if you try hard enough.
Coincidentally, you were gone during a lot of things that I noticed as like Pride Week and Pride Month.
Yeah, there was no coincidence there.
I knew it.
Anyway, the first three things I want to make sure we covered was I wanted to make sure we got into Dave Hoff's new world record and the IPF Worlds result. Then I wanted to move into the new Strongman Showdown returning. And then I wanted to finish with, how important goal setting is in powerlifting. Does that sound like something we guys should want to start with? I've been gone for 3 weeks. I think that would be 3 really good points to get into.
I don't think we haven't talked about any of those things, have we?
Coincidentally, I was thinking those would be good topics to talk about too.
If you don't listen often, that is exactly what we covered the last 3 weeks while I was gone.
Did you see when Dave Hoff threw Louis?
Yeah, I did that. What the fuck?
Did you think that was a good deadlift attempt?
The deadlift attempt? I guess I didn't pay any attention to the deadlift attempt. I was more like, why are they only showing the deadlift and why are they not showing the squat?
Yeah.
And we all know why they didn't show the squat, right?
I actually did find a video of it.
Was it legit or
legit-ish? I mean, I'm a terrible judge of multiply because in my mind, multiply always looks. I mean, most people's minds, multiply probably always looks high, but it was about what you would expect, probably.
That's what we should say. We shouldn't say that it was high. We should say it is about what you would expect.
I mean, I'll let you be the judge of what you think that means, but I would say it's probably what you would expect.
Yeah. And I'm certain
if you don't like it, you probably thought it looked really bad, and if you like multiply, you probably thought it looked pretty good.
I'm also pretty sure that Dave Hoff can squat more than all three of us in any.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about that.
Whatsoever.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Yeah, it was exactly what you expected it to look like.
Yeah.
So, I did. Actually, I spent a week in Vienna doing some things with Strong Fit, and then at a wonderful place called Greg's Gym there. And then I also was in Utrecht. Apparently, that's how it's pronounced, with a little bit of loogie at the end.
That's the proper.
Apparently, that's in the Netherlands.
So you don't sound like you're a foreigner.
Yeah, you gotta mumble and then they think you're a local. Because I look pretty local. But anyway, while I was in Vienna, there is a place. The gym is technically called Intelligent Strength, but when you pull up to the place, you see from outside, it just says in huge letters, it just says Das Gym.
It's Rammstein's gym.
It is fucking so awesome. So we filmed a full video tour of it, like a full video walkthrough, and we'll try to get that up here in the next, I'd say, 2 or 3 weeks. I got to have this wonderful German cameraman who did all the footage for me, but he's busy, so it takes some time. But once I get the footage, you guys will get to see it. But it is, so you walk in, obviously the first thing you ask, like, hey, how much it cost to get in? And the guy, his name's Alexander Perzel. He's a IPF powerlifter, competed at Worlds. He's a big, strong motherfucker, has a beard about down to his belly button. And he saw me just because of my bigness, apparently. And so right away, he came up and he was like, well, you can get in for free if you can lift up that dumbbell, if you can deadlift that dumbbell off the floor. You get in here for free. So, and it was a 150-kilo dumbbell, so 330 pounds. But it fucking rolls. So it was like, not even
was a
even at
grip
that
challenge.
like picking that. I thought it was like I was like 330. Like one hand like probably can do that for sure. And then I actually got to thinking about it. And that's actually pretty fucking nasty to lift. And I could get it to break the floor. He's like, you're going to have to hook grip it. There's no way. And so I tried hook gripping.
Is this a standard like barbell handle on it, or is it
It's
like?
yeah. It's just a regular old dumbbell handle.
But it'd be like just double overhanding 660.
Yeah,
deadlift.
From your fucking ankle.
Yeah,
Too,
yeah.
You know, which then I got to thinking like, oh, that is. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'm not a total pussy, you know. And then he's like, all right, there's one more thing you can do. And they had this like chain hanging down with this cuff with a bolt on each end. And he's like, stick your arm in here. If your bicep locks out that last bolt, that all the threads on there, you get in for free too. So if your arms are big enough, you never have to pay to go to this place, which is awesome. And I fucking got that thing locked out. I fucking know I did. And he said I was one notch short, which is some bullshit. Fortunately, Stella, the girl that was with us, the other two guys that I was with didn't have a shot at either. But the girl we were with, for the women, they have like a two springy, like two handles in it, and it's like spring loaded. And if they can close them, they get in for free. And so she did that, and then they gave us all half price just because she hooked it up. So you get in, and when you walk in, the first thing you see is it's open air right above where you're at, and you can see like the overhang to this other. There's a whole second story.
Like it's open air.
It's 2 levels. So, but you can see all the way up here, you know. So you can see that there is a second level. You can see some fitness going on up there.
Yeah.
They have like a full turf mat that's fucking huge, and they have up there's I don't know, a handful of yokes, sleds, piles of sandbags, fucking rope, like everything you could imagine up there, plus a bunch of machines, some dumbbell stuff, pull-up bars, a few cardio things, but no treadmills, just like rower and some other shit. But all the shit's awesome. The main floor though is just fucking paradise. Like, it's crazy. It's so big. All the lighting is very specifically meant to make you look jacked. Like, in front of the mirrors, it's all perfect. Overhead, like, this whole thing was engineered for a reason. There's, I don't even remember, between 6 and 10 like elite FDS, like double-sided squat racks and shit, just fully equipped with all the attachments you could imagine. They had every barbell you could imagine, full huge Olympic weightlifting section. ER racks, they had fucking some regular fat pad benches too. Tons of machines, cable machines, pulley machines. There was they called it the grip wall. And that grip wall runs probably the entire length of what Massenomics gym is. And they have all of the Captains of Crush, or what it is, right?
Yeah.
Things on. They have all of those up there. They have like these crazy pulley contraptions I'm trying to roll, you know, and then they've got all of the little weird, you know, they all look like sex toys. The weird little things that you like hook a bunch of weight, and they have a bunch of already preloaded weights on there, so you just change the attachments and you can do the thing. And I mean, the whole thing's 40 feet long, you know, just and I went there with Julian, and he was like, it was a kid in a candy store. He's just like, what in the fuck? So we ended up spending like fucking a half hour in the grip section,
messing around with stuff.
It's actually really unpleasant feeling. But then you go over, there's like a whole corner of like strongman stuff, and they had, I think, 3 actual wooden logs, a steel log that weighs 309 pounds empty.
Jeez.
Which for me, I was like, I went there twice, and for me, I was gonna like, I definitely wanted to do it just to like be like, well, I mean, it's 309 empty. I can do that. I should just do it. And then the first day I was there was like, I was like, well, I'm definitely doing arms and chest. And then like the next day I was like, well, this is probably not a great time for me to try to fucking just wreck my shit. They had probably
It's hard to warm up when it weighs 309 pounds.
You just grip it and rip it. They had probably half a dozen circus dumbbells, like pile of Atlas stones. They had Stone of Steel. They had Viking press stuff. I mean, fucking everything. Then you start going upstairs, and Alex gave us a tour, and we're running up, and you see, it's like strength history, floor to ceiling on the walls. You go all the way up, and this place is clean like a fucking Equinox gym. Like, so everything is like perfect, but lined floor to ceiling. Arnold, like other strength stuff. There's a piece that I think a lot of people miss, like a very heavy piece of steel that's probably 4 foot by 8 foot tall, and has cut through it, kind of like what we have with that Massenomics deal there, like cut through the metal. very small names, probably less than half-inch high. The names of like every person ever in strength history, like Bill Kazmaier, you know, your laundry list of people, like water jetted, cut through this fucking huge piece of steel that's hung up, and it's just like thousands of names.
Yeah,
so fucking cool.
Yeah,
and you get up and there's like old fucking super old like Eleiko fucking plates, and there's just like swords from trophies. They have like Arnold's head cast from the fucking Mr. Freeze shit. Like, just nuts.
Well,
and
naturally.
And you get up to the locker rooms, and it's all still in German, but like on the women's it says German whatever the word is, and then it just says in big yellow English letters vagina.
Really?
And you go to the next one, says something in German, and then it just says big yellow words penis. And then underneath it, there's probably 1,000 different terms for the penis and anaconda, trouser snake, fucking
like,
dong. Like
Friday Night Lights when
like-
she calls on me in class. She's like, purple-headed yogurt.
yeah. So it's like
Pedro?
all of like tons of them in like the fogging of the window. So it's so small, so many of them that it's still you still can't even see through because there's so many words for dick on there, which is great. You go in, and there's lockers. Normally, locker, you get a padlock, so you need to remember what your locker is, what number it is. There's no numbers on the lockers. They're either named after action heroes or steroids, which is great. Then you go into the actual shower. There's huge pull-up bars in the shower. So you do some pull-ups in the shower if you want.
Or whatever else.
Or whatever you want to do. Then there also is a enormous, like floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall mosaic of Arnold fucking taking a shower in the shower, which is interesting. You go around even further. There's in the actual bathrooms then, in front of every single urinal, there's a TV. Every single shitter has a TV up above the door, and they all play Rambo First Blood on loop.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And so then you go even further. There's like a whole like game room, break room up there too, with a full life-size Terminator. Like, and then a sign underneath it and it's full like metal, made of metal, like full, and a sign underneath it says, "Don't even think about touching the fucking Terminator, you son of a bitch." Underneath there. There also is on the main floor. There's like a 15-foot tall Terminator with like a working laser and a gun and shit on there. Like, it's fucking insane. Amongst all the other crazy shit, the craziest thing was there was a rug that is probably 30 or 40 feet long. It would take probably half the length of Massenomics gym. You know, between the poles, that whole rug. And it has to be a one-of-a-kind, custom-made rug. Where you get a rug like this made, I don't know. But it is of Arnold in short shorts and no shirt, holding what looks to be a Polynesian woman in a bikini and licking her stomach. The weirdest picture of Arnold in the world I've ever seen. And also, if you're going to have a 40-foot rug made of Arnold, like, that's the picture you take. Like, of all the pictures of Arnold you're going to have that big, that you're going to you went to the rug store and you're like,
This is the one.
I want this, and it's the biggest rug you've ever fucking made, you know? And the place was fucking awesome, though. Like, there's some really, really legit strong dudes there. Like, it definitely is a place where, like, if you want to be freaky strong, body built, like, probably like 30% of the dudes there were doing all their training shirtless. You know, there's a full posing room in there too, which there's an entire enclosed posing room with perfect lighting and a stand on the mirror for your phone.
I always kind of feel like that's the thing Massenomics is missing is the full posing room.
Any room can be a posing room if you want it bad enough. But no, it was like perfect. Like, the lighting and everything was flawless. So obviously, every single time I was like, well, I better get a quick pump, head to the posing room before I leave.
Yeah.
But it was
how many people
awesome.
were in there training then? I mean, how would
A lot. We were there early, and there was still probably like 30 or 40. There was probably double that by the time we left. I mean, it's a busy place.
Seems like you'd need about 5,000 members in order to.
I can't even imagine the amount of money that it takes. I think they have as much money in memorabilia.
Yeah.
as they
Based
would
off of that.
in the deal. And I'll be there at some point. And at some point, I want to sit down. It's two brothers. One's a powerlifter, one's a bodybuilder. At some point, I want to sit down with the two of them and have that conversation. And if I do, I'll ship it back and we'll make an episode out of it, because that would be a fucking very interesting conversation. Like, why in the fuck? There's a whole like third floor up there too, where they just have, it's like a seminar space where there's some equipment that can get moved in and out of there. So for seminars based on what you're doing, what you're teaching, you can. I mean, it's legit. Like they said, like all the members there get access to like one free seminar per month, depending on who they bring in. You can go and pick one and sit in on it for free. So I don't know what membership costs, but whatever it is, but whatever it is, it's probably worth it. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's like a fucking shrine to like, first Arnold, secondly just like muscle. It's crazy. I've never even imagined a gym that's it's so over the top and on purpose. Like it's very self-aware how on purposely fucking crazy it is. So Intelligent Strength, they're on Instagram, but it goes
intelligence or intelligent.
Strength.
Okay.
But fuck, dude, yeah. If you're in Vienna and you're a total meathead, go there.
I was
if you want
actually going to be there next month, so that works.
If you want good coaching, go to Greg's gym. But if you want to be if you're just fucking powerlifting and strongman's your shit, that's the place. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, that was my fucking Land of Arnold experience.
Sounds pretty intense.
Yeah. The other thing with that though is there was no, other than those guys, like almost nobody there spoke English, like in Vienna.
Oh, that's what I was wondering, is what the language barrier is like there. If
there is not good in Holland, like most people spoke English, so if you'd be like, they'd like come to your level, be like, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
But I couldn't like order breakfast at a restaurant without making a waitress very upset. Like, it was frustrating.
Yeah.
You know.
How was the food?
It was fine. I'd go in and I'd go to the grocery store and I'd get 3 pre-cooked hamburger patties out of the fucking deli place every day, and then I'd just buy some other shit. And of the 5 days that I did that, 3 times they gave me buns with them, and 2 times they didn't. But I didn't communicate anything different. I just pointed and was like, all of them, 3, all of them. And then they'd say some things, and I'd be like, all of them, all of them. And they'd be like, no cheese. And I'd be like, all of them, whatever they are, just give me these.
Yeah.
And then like a few times I ended up with buns, and I was like, okay, so these are supposed to be burgers, and a couple times they weren't, but it was the same fucking
So you weren't
patty.
positive if they were burgers?
Fuck no, I didn't know. I was just like, it looks like meat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it. Yeah, so that was challenging for sure. In Holland, it was much easier being American, but
It's English is like a second language there?
yeah, I think they even teach it in schools.
how far apart are they even? Like
Countries like it would be like I think it would be probably like a 9 or 10 hour drive.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it was just like right across the border.
I mean, it's only like a fucking 80 or 90 minute flight, but
okay.
Yeah. So what did you guys do while I was gone? Did you guys like to party?
Mostly just sat around.
I partied at most nights.
Well, yeah, Tanner was partying all the time. I just sat around, but that's how it goes, though.
You've been living that lake life pretty hard, Tommy?
Not really, no. Really? This has been the worst year for it. Just a mixture of busyness with everything, and then had been some bad timing with the weekends, like not being decent. It seemed like rain or something would come up on the weekend, or that the weekend that was nice, I had something going on. But I have been getting out more lately, so it is going in the right direction.
So is the boat up to snuff?
It could actually use a cleaning, but besides that, it's up to snuff. Yeah.
I saw you're catching some pretty big air though.
I was doing a little bit of air. Yeah, I still got that. It's not completely gone yet. You know who else is surprising behind the boat on a wakeboard? Is Chuck.
Really?
You would not think that
he gets all 265
pounds would be moving around good, but Chuck is surprising on a wakeboard and also on a snowboard. And that's one of those things that I feel like if you kind of get to do it growing up, it kind of gets ingrained and you sort of hang on to that forever.
I don't picture Chuck as a cowboy type at all, but I picture him as the type that would wakeboard in cowboy boots.
You know,
Is
I'm
that
sure if it's. I actually have never seen Chuck in cowboy boots though.
That's why I don't,
work boots would maybe be the more.
That's
appropriate.
why I don't think that that's. I just feel like I can picture. Maybe it's just a weird fantasy of mine.
Yeah,
Chuck.
that
Maybe
could be it
maybe
too.
we should talk.
That sounds probably more correct there.
God, I knew I spent too much time in Pride Month in Europe. God damn it.
I did watch that Andre the Giant documentary.
Oh, did you?
finally. Yeah.
Finally, had you seen it, Tommy?
No, I still have not.
Most interesting I learned about it was that he is French. I didn't know anything about.
I knew he was
anything.
European of some
I
kind.
was like, oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, the backstory of that was stuff I never even knew. And
No.
then basically, by the time he was like the Andre the Giant that we knew of, he was like fully washed up and way past his prime.
Yeah.
You could see like in the early on footage, like he actually was pretty athletic and could move like, really well.
Yeah. Well, and then he got because of it, he had gigantism or whatever.
So he
the
just kept growing.
Yeah,
and
just
kept
getting
going.
like
It's like
more back
acromegaly or
pain
something
and-
like that.
Yeah,
It's-
yes.
Joints kept growing.
Yeah. But it is shocking seeing him hold a beer in his hand where it's literally like less than
like
his
a
hand.
teacup.
It is
Yeah.
not wider than his palm.
Yeah, it like can fit within that. And everyone talking about how many beers he could drink. Like Ric Flair's said one night he drank 106 beers. He's like just saying it like it does not seem
Like that was
exaggerated.
just one night.
And he would drink cases of wine at a time.
Yeah, they said they said they would bring him in like they would bring like wine by the case and liquor by the case, and that's like the quantities with which he would drink. Like in a day, he'd drink a case of wine and 40 or 50 beers and 4 or 5 fucking bottles of liquor.
He would never drink less than a case of beer.
Really?
Like having a case of beer would just be like having a couple beers.
That just seems like a lot of work.
It's a lot of
even.
work. That's
just
it. It's a lot of
opening
work.
that many cans and
Well, and that's what some of his friends or whatever said. Like people will ask him about stories about hanging out with him, and everyone's like, "Oh, it must have been a blast," you know, hanging out with Andre and doing all that drinking and all the partying and stuff. And be like, "No, he really wasn't a fun drinker. He just like drank all
you just
to
have
fight
to-
off the pain."
you'd have to
and-
like approach it like it's a job too if
Yeah,
you're going to be putting that
yeah.
much down. Like,
Well, you said it just hurt.
Yeah.
He hurt all the time, so he would have to drink a bunch. They said in like the Princess Bride movie, there was that scene where that girl was like 105 pounds, and they just needed to lower her, and then like she was just going to kind of drop, and he was going to catch her. And obviously they were going to lower her via cables and just have her drop like, a foot, and he was going to catch her. And he was 500 some pounds. And he said literally he could not hold her.
really?
they had
So
to
she was
attach her to
completely
guide wires.
in
Really?
guidelines even when he was holding her.
Wow.
Because he couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. And that was before he fought fucking Hulk Hogan and still fought
Oh,
out,
it was.
Still
I
fought
thought this
out
was
the
like-
end of his
And
career.
by the end, they're showing his wrestling footage.
Oh, wasn't he just
and it was him,
kinda
and you don't know.
he was
stumbling
barely
around.
even standing.
No,
you know?
And they said often he would stand. They would set up the deal so you wouldn't maybe notice it, but he wouldn't. He would stand in the same place and sometimes work his way back to the turnbuckle while to rest
and
a
people
little.
just
Yeah.
bounce off.
But-
yeah,
but-
people would
but-
run into him and bounce off.
But his job was to just. But they build the whole fight around him not having to move because he couldn't. And that's why during the Hogan thing when he like slammed him, they were like, "What?"
yeah.
Because and it wasn't even a cool looking.
No,
move.
it was like he
just
barely,
But it was like he like really thought it was gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was cool. Andre the Giant on HBO, man, gotta watch it. It's really
I
good.
just got to get my HBO going again. I've actually been really chipping away at Netflix lately. I think we talked about
Getting
Evil
to the end
Genius.
of it?
Well, I think we talked. Yeah, I think I'm almost to the end of Netflix. Actually,
I got through. I watched Evil Genius.
Okay.
So we talked about that one, and then do you guys hear about the staircase at all?
I was just gonna ask you the same
Fuck,
thing.
why do you guys hear about
Yeah.
all this stuff?
I
before
have
do?
watched The Staircase.
All 13.
Yeah.
I actually got done with number 13
Oh.
yesterday.
All right, fill me in on. Give me the rundown on why I need to watch it.
It's this author in, where is it at? Oh, North Carolina,
Might be
Durham,
I can't
wherever.
remember.
Durham, North Carolina, South Carolina.
I think it's North Carolina.
North Carolina. This author there, he's like at the time 60,
Yeah.
55.
True story thing?
Yeah, true
Yeah,
story.
it's a documentary.
Okay.
He his wife is found dead at the bottom of a flight of stairs.
Probably had it coming.
Well, the police show up and right
Whoa,
away
Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Dial it back.
the police show up and right away the police seem to think that this guy had something to do with it, and the main indicator is just the excessive amount of blood, like the
Blood
theory-
everywhere.
Also, her head was cut off and at the top of the stairs.
Well, no, everyone's like in pretty much agreement that she fell down like 3 stairs, and like for 3 stairs, her head was like, I think they said she had like 8 lacerations in the back of her head, and there was just covered pools of blood everywhere.
It did not look like someone fell down.
No,
the stairs,
it looked pretty gruesome,
yeah.
but
You know, had she played high school sports, she would have learned how to fall.
That's true.
I mean, yeah,
Should have been a volleyball player.
Yeah,
You know?
start rolling it.
Take a dive. Let's back up. What's the time frame? Like, what era is this?
This is
80s or
no,
early
this
90s or-
2001.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is.
So this
It's just-
isn't like the
it's just-
50s.
And this is another show where I'm like, who the hell is filming all of
So,
because
and
there's
this whole
film
thing-
of
There's
everything
footage of her falling
No,
down the
it's
stairs.
from what I can tell.
like 10 minutes later for the
From what I can
20
tell,
years.
yeah,
Really?
the documentary
Not
crew is
10
these,
minutes,
but the
but-
documentary crew is these French guys, and from what I can tell, they showed up like a week after this happened, and they stuck with it up until a year ago.
Yeah.
So
they-
there's like, yeah, we're gonna hang out for 15 years.
Yeah.
We're not making
Yeah.
any money on this thing.
It's kind of weird.
And
but
there's a lot of stuff that happens that it's, I wouldn't want to give too much away, but
But it's good.
yeah, it was
it's good.
At first, I
It
thought
gets
like
kinda
first episode,
long.
yeah, it does get a little long
because it gets like
It's a bad
It's
sales
13
pitch, yeah.
13 episodes, 45 to 55 minutes each. That's a lot.
it
of
could be half
documentary.
as many episodes, and I would have liked it better. Probably.
Did we recap Evil Genius here after I had watched it? Because here's what I thought about that. One, how the fuck did I not hear about that? And two, that should have been 2 episodes.
Yeah, I think it could have been 2.
That could have
The
same
bookend
way,
that,
yeah.
like,
I mean-
like the first episode and the last episode, there literally was nothing that happened in between.
Yeah, the first episode was awesome. Like the first episode,
Yeah,
I,
the
I
first
don't know
is
who
the
could watch
best,
that and
yeah.
not
But
be like, whoa.
everything that happened there,
And
and
then-
you could literally go to
I
the
would say
last
2
episode.
had a little bit to it,
Some.
with some stuff being discovered, but then it kind of goes ring. and
Yeah.
it-
But then in the end, you're like, all right, now we know what happened. So like, okay, here we are.
On Staircase, this won't spoil anything because it's just this is something I've read post
Is this the owl
watching
theory?
it. Okay, yeah, you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
about that
yes.
then? Like, that's one of the predominant theories
what?
is that
There,
an owl
there may have been an owl involved in
attacked
the
her.
crime. Yeah.
And, like, that's why all the...
That's where the cuts came from.
yeah,
The
like-
owl lit her up.
Yeah.
And actually, she was found. There were some on her hands, some of her hair and microscopic feathers were found.
So they believe an owl could have...
Because they said they even had, I thought I saw something in Durham. Someone had security footage of an owl attacking someone's head. Like it's been shown, like this does happen.
yeah.
That is
That
pretty,
doesn't give anything
That is pretty
away, I
wild,
don't
though.
think,
That
but, yeah.
that could be a theory
Yeah.
for something.
Christ.
Yeah. Wouldn't that suck to get viciously attacked by an
It
owl
would be
and fall
even
downstairs
worse
and
to
die?
get incarcerated for my wife's murder when it was an owl.
When it was an
that
owl
did
that
it.
could- yeah.
And I'd be like, no, guys, listen, this is gonna sound hard to believe,
Yeah.
but I left the front door open for just a moment, and an owl got in. And right about the time she was at the top of the stairs, the owl had some beef.
Like,
and just
I feel like
fucking
that
went
would be
at
an
it.
episode of Family Guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah,
let's
you can
pull the
picture
trigger
that.
on the most random things, and we
Yeah.
have owl death on the stairs. Like, that is how that stuff goes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would, if you're into the true crime thing, you'll like it. It's,
Yeah.
I have a little theory onto why these documentaries are getting drug way out. You want to hear my theory? They get, now obviously Netflix is a per thing, but like I'm assuming the amount of actual views you get is kind of like similar to Spotify. I call it the Drake's Scorpion album theory. Is this the reason Drake's new album has
I don't know that
25?
reference.
Don't worry
Well,
about it.
it's his
His
newest
new
album.
album has 25 songs.
It's a dual. It's a
Except nobody buys CDs.
yeah.
so it's
it
just
would be.
25
It would
tracks.
yeah. It would be considered 2
So,
CDs.
so
with a CD.
if most rap albums now, in the age of SoundCloud and such, you only release 4 to 9 songs at a time, which is great. Don't spend much time in the studio. They can all be good. What Drake did was release 25 songs, none of which are good. But if you're going to give it a listen, let's say 10 million people are going to give it a listen at 25 songs. That's 250 million listens on
Yeah,
Spotify.
versus 9
If he
songs.
released a 10 album song, that's only 100. So Drake will make 2.5 times the money for releasing basically 25 dog shit songs instead of fucking 10.
Yeah, I think
regular
that is a
songs.
real thing. Actually, is that people are
To artificially
I mean, I don't
inflate
think
their
any
SoundCloud
artist
or
would actually
their-
say they're doing
their
that, but I
download
think that is
numbers.
a real thing. Is that people are doing that. The other thing I do believe with the Staircase, though, you can like rent episodes on like Amazon or buy episodes, and so if there's 13 episodes,
Yeah, there you are.
I don't
And
know
the
who
first
hell
one,
would do
and,
that
and they
not just get Netflix, but
right. Well, I wonder if it was out for 2
Yeah,
years
yeah.
on Amazon first. You know,
something that relevant to our podcast. When,
because nothing else that we've
Yeah.
done today has been relevant.
Netflix is signing us for a deal, making
when we had the
is that what you were getting at?
sponsored by Netflix. The Burheim, she came and talked about
Katie.
talked about yoga with us that one episode.
Yeah.
We did yoga with her. Do you remember her talking about Bikram yoga a little bit?
Yeah. There's a documentary on
it's 30 for 30 podcast. I don't know if you guys listen to those at all or not, but really good. Like you could listen to. I would recommend listening to.
Just as good as the 30 for 30 actual series.
Yeah, and it is just as good, only in a podcast form. But this year they did it. Normally it's individual episodes, just like 30 for 30 is. You know, they take an hour and cover a topic. But this year they did a serial of all on this Bikram and his yoga, and definitely worth listening to.
How many episodes is that?
I think it's 5 or 6, and. Do you remember her talking? Like, it didn't mean anything to me at the time.
He got into like a weird, creepy molestation thing.
Wasn't she the
for a
one
while.
saying that like people were like kind of like worshiping him as this god? And
yes, and that is kind of what people were doing, and he was, of course, taking advantage of the situation. It sounded like at all turns, and also just lying about it, like just fabricating stories and making things up.
It's kind of like the Wild Wild Country, you know?
Yeah,
it's just white people looking for an escape.
And actually, people were comparing this to Wild Wild Country because this was he's an Indian guru. They're comparing it quite a bit, and they came out at the same time. And
wow.
But that's definitely worth listening to, and you're like, oh, that guy really is a scumbag.
Yeah, that's kind of what the
like, because Katie didn't really want to say that. You could tell she was
trying to be very polite about it, for sure.
Yeah, but what she meant, I can tell now, is like he's a total dirtbag. Yeah.
And now, guys, probably the most important news.
I just got a text message.
No, I'm having to put that in my podcast, or I will totally forget to listen to that. We are now living in a world where LeBron plays in the Lakers.
Ooh,
yes,
that's
we
true.
are.
That's true.
That's probably
As someone who is a Lakers fan,
you are, yeah.
Since I was,
it's because you knew LeBron would be there someday, right?
Since the Kobe Shaq era. I grew up as a Shaq fan, so as soon as Shaq went to the Lakers, I was like, I am in.
Yeah.
And then Shaq was a little washed up everywhere else he went, and I still love Shaq, but I was a Lakers fan through and through. But it's been a very challenging decade.
Since Kobe tore his Achilles.
It's just been but even now the LeBron thing gives me hope. But they're also not going to be good this year still. Like the rest of the team sucks pretty bad.
Yeah.
They got
but they're set for
Rondo today.
I saw that.
Like, what the
a one-year deal, dude.
Yeah. Wrong dude. Oh, you want a point guard who can't shoot and nobody likes playing with?
Yeah.
Like I could be a point guard that can't shoot and nobody would like playing.
Yeah. They probably got to get Kawhi Leonard, I suppose. They've been talking about that.
Sounds like that's the long-term plan.
Next year that would be the option.
They'd have to either trade him.
trade for him this year because he said now that if they keep him, he won't play.
Yeah, that he'll sit on the bench.
He will not play. That's what he said now. So they pretty
I've
much
always
have to trade
what
him.
is it like?
I think he doesn't get along with Popovich, is what he says.
Well, now that the team's not as relevant, like
Yeah.
they're not winning, they're not going to win.
Yeah.
Like there's just nothing there for him.
And Paul George said he's staying with the Thunder now
that
too. So it kind of.
So it makes you wonder, like, yeah, in the current state, the Lakers just don't seem
here's
like...
my sneaky thing that I think is going to happen with LA. Anthony Davis from the Pelicans. It's up in a year, and that all of a sudden then makes that a totally different team that
the unibrow.
Got to get him out of New Orleans. Nobody wants to play in New Orleans.
Nope.
But
Nobody
that was the Massenomics. That was the Massenomics basketball.
Yeah, first time we've ever talked about basketball.
in depth at all. Yeah.
But it's pretty funny because like everyone's like there's a lot of like LeBron only Cleveland fans who only cared about Cleveland because LeBron is there. And it's like. But even people who were LeBron haters wouldn't fully hate on LeBron because he was in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But now
that he's
at Lakers,
like
like the
LA.
quintessential bad guy team.
Yeah.
If you're not a Lakers fan, everyone hates the Lakers.
Do you like LeBron? Yes or no?
I personally am a LeBron fan just because he is really, really good. Like, I don't think you can debate that.
What about you?
I'm a big LeBron fan.
It seems like most people don't like him, and I'm a fan. I was always an anti-Michael Jordan guy because I was a Shaq fan, and like I cheered for the team that the Bulls were playing. Like because I felt like all of my friends like Michael Jordan, so it put me off. I was like,
I can't. Right.
And I always felt like LeBron I kind of liked him because he was,
Here's the other thing about LeBron.
because all the old Michael Jordan fans
Don't
dog shit LeBron all the time.
Well, not only that, they won't even consider that like LeBron being the best ever is a conversation that you can have.
Yeah.
I saw a thing one time that literally said it was like a list of why LeBron is not the best and why LeBron or why Michael was. And one of the things on the list, like the first thing on the list is Michael didn't need his role players to hit big shots. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Steve Kerr had how many game winners in the fucking playoffs? How many fucking Tony Kukoc, fucking Paxson, fucking like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like literally more big shots hit by Michael's fucking teammates in the playoffs than any of fucking LeBron's.
Yeah.
And so it's like you guys are just remembering.
It's easy to glorify him when it's been 20 years.
Yeah,
and like,
I think with all that stuff, it's nearly impossible to compare people across eras. But then anything, as soon as you're past like a 10-year mark, this like nostalgia, like romanticizing the past thing comes in. Where it's one of those things where just something was always just because it happened a long time ago, it's always going to be better than what will ever happen ever again.
Yeah.
And that's not saying Michael Jordan isn't one of the greatest of all time.
But he did get his dad murdered because of his gambling debt. But whatever.
But if I was to,
I said it.
If I just had to pick anyone like in their prime, I would probably still take Michael Jordan because
Probably.
but just looking at it
guess.
objectively,
I wouldn't argue with anyone with that.
But also, he's not 6'8", 280.
Yeah,
like physically in the same era, like, is he as effective? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, the interesting thing, though, is I think that LeBron, in the era of social media and the way, like, media is now.
MJ would have had a hard time.
MJ would have had a problem because MJ is an extremely imbalanced human being. He really is.
I like that way you put it.
He's not a good father, not generally a good businessman, not good socially. People don't like Michael Jordan. He doesn't have a lot of friends.
He has a lot of shoes.
He's kind of like kind of an asshole.
Does have a lot of that too.
And there's, and I think off the court there was more problems with with Michael that never came up because people protected him then.
Yeah. Well, if he was in an age where everyone had a camera in their pocket, it would be a
problem.
problem.
And LeBron has somehow pulled off now.
That is the one thing.
What is it? 16 years of
like
nothing. Not a single.
He doesn't have like the
thing.
Kobe thing going. Like
he hasn't fucking cussed.
He hasn't.
Yeah, I guess that's the gold standard. No, he didn't rape anybody. He's not a bad guy. But he hasn't like cussed anybody out in public.
He hasn't got caught with troll Twitter accounts like
Kevin Durant.
Which is crazy. Like off the field.
That is one of the surprising things because anyone under like the spotlight
and he's
for
probably
that long,
one of the most scrutinized athletes in the world.
It's like at one point everyone's like, it's like gotcha, like there he is.
Do you know how much money there would be in it if you had pictures of LeBron, of just another woman going into LeBron's hotel room while he's on
just
the
go
road.
to TMZ.
If you
could
could get a photo of him going in the room and another like you'd be like, hey, I got proof that LeBron is having some infidelities here. I will sell you the evidence for fucking $1 million, and it would get paid.
Oh, I think you get more than that probably.
Yeah,
like
and
it's like the Tiger Woods thing when that happened.
And that woman would get filthy rich too. She could write a book.
Well, but then it would be like a Dr. Evil scenario where you're like, $1 million? That's
a lot of money. But they'd be like, give it, and I'd be like, yes. They'd be like, man, we really screwed that guy. But that's the deal. Is there is a lot of people just waiting with cameras for him to fuck up, and he hasn't, not even once.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
So
to his
maybe
credit,
there's people with integrity still out there.
I don't know. Go that far. I mean, I'm just saying he's really good at getting away with it.
Yeah. there's just really sneaky people.
Nobody's that squeaky clean. I'm just saying he's good. He's really good at getting away with whatever he's doing.
Yeah, he is. So there's part 2 on our basketball.
Go a little further. The Michael Jordan's dad conspiracy. Look it up.
Heard there was an owl involved.
What you kind of missed the episode when we talked about the strongman. Coming back.
I'm stoked at how it's all playing out now.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about this since then, but I think I have this figured out that the there will be a final team event after all 10 individual events. And I think it's going to be tug
Dick
of war.
measuring.
Yeah. Wieners. Lay all 20 out. 18.
Yeah, the ladies are gonna. Yeah, ladies, you're just, I guess, DQ'd.
Yeah.
They'll just sit that one out.
So I think it'll be tug of war 10 on 10.
That'll be an awesome, and we're gonna do that with worth double points.
I think so. So that'll be worth either probably 2 points. I'm even thinking the idea of 3, but I don't want to put too much. But I really want it to come down
Or
to
just
that
whatever the difference
Yes,
is. it'll
that's
just be
kind of
worth
what I
that.
want it to be, like so that one team could possibly tie. If
Yeah,
they
that
get
is-
it. But I think making it worth 2 makes it a decent chance because I think all the events should be fairly close. So it hopefully could come down to that tug of war. Be a little anticlimactic if one team's
Here's my worry, guys. I'm in a log press 1-rep thing with a guy who I don't have any idea how much he can press on a log, but I think it's a fucking lot.
He does. I don't think he knows. He said he would because I wanted to make sure that it would be that he'd be competitive, and
Yeah.
he said he out of the rack he strict pressed 300, I think.
That's
And that's all he
fucking
really
pretty
told. That's
legit,
all he really
yeah.
told me.
I don't
you
think
know,
I
so-
can do that strict.
But
out
you
of the
don't.
rack.
You don't log press like that's not.
I never log out of the rack
right?
either.
And you don't. You're not gonna strict press when you're out there either. You know,
No.
like he probably is closer to us. You know, I don't know that he jerks when he.
I don't know
lifts or-
that I jerk much anymore either now.
Okay.
Like with the way that I press, trying to protect my shoulders, like it's much less of a jerk. I'm going to try to work on that in the next couple months. My elbows are feeling really good after 2 weeks with fucking some strong fit stuff now. My elbows are fucking crisp. I got a sensitive shoulder. So I'm thinking about 1 week, a baby in the shoulder.
Well, what do you really need your shoulders for? on a log
there.
press?
And then I'm going to like push go on the training for that thing and see what I can get. But
We're getting most of the logistics of the events ironed out. We've practiced the squat, what the wagon wheel squat setup is going to be like, and I think we'll have that.
are we going to get
that
Larry
ironed out.
and Nick to puke during that? Because
I mean,
Nick's done it before.
I was say if there's 2 guys that will take it to that point, it would be them.
what weight are we going to have them do?
It's going to be for something.
That's fucking going to be just enough. Just light enough to make them want to die.
I believe they'll go between 10 and 15 reps, I think is what we're
I think that's doable.
what they'll be looking at. But I did some looking into this, and so how long of a rope do you think you need for 10 on 10 people? Just
10
what's the first
people.
number that comes to your mind?
I don't know, but I have a really long rope.
How long though?
First number that comes
Mine
to
is
my mind.
150 feet.
Okay, because we need at least 100 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna
Mine
say
is I have
40-ish.
I have a 150 foot rope.
Okay,
so.
because a 50-foot. Think about just you
I
standing
suppose
there like
when
this.
people really
3
lean
foot,
Yeah.
maybe 4 foot per dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take 20 people standing like this. This is like a solid
Yeah.
3 feet.
Yeah.
So that's 60 feet of just people.
And you probably
Just
want
people.
at least 10 feet in the middle.
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah. No, I got the rope for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know how big around it is?
But I think 2 inches.
Okay.
Inch and a half or 2
Inch and a half, I think, is about what people say is
Yeah.
about the.
It's bigger than. It's either an inch
Yeah.
and a half or bigger.
Okay.
That's the competition standard.
There is actually a competition.
Is there really?
Competition standard for all of it, and the actual standard event is 8 on 8, so we'll have a little bit more than that. But
the
because
rope can handle.
in 8 on 8, they use a 118-foot rope.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So mine should cut it. I'm pretty sure it's 150 feet. It should be
Okay.
50 meters.
Our field area is going to have to be adjusted this year because
Of
we
that.
have to be able to
Accommodate
fit,
Yeah.
fit 20 people on each end of a rope. But I think that'll be a really cool event, seeing all 20 competitors out there at once.
Yeah,
I'm looking
especially at
forward
the
to that.
end.
Yeah.
This thing's gonna move so fast too. Like I bet this shit's done in less than an hour.
I think it'll take a little longer just because there's gonna between events.
All the
there'll be-
theatrics you're saying.
Well, and just like your event, for example,
There's a little bit of time in my event, but some events will
Right.
be much faster.
so some will be faster. Some, but like yours, we're not gonna make you press your first attempt and then like
Get on out
all right,
there."
go again. You're gonna get a little bit of a break in between. Even if it's a minute.
Yeah.
Like if that adds up to being 6 1-minute breaks, and there's a couple events like that, and then the changing out of equipment will take a
I'd
little
say
bit.
probably for the sake of anything, like because the last thing Jake and I want to do is a bunch of reps. Either.
Yeah,
like
right.
look at the two of us. Like, so I mean, we'll probably start high and
Yeah.
take 20
start
pound
really
jumps.
high and hope at least one guy gets it.
Take 20-pound jumps
Yeah.
and then like if we both bomb out, then we regroup in the middle and go from there. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, I think we can. But I think it'll go fast, like, because we'll run all the ones that we can, we'll run concurrent, side by side.
Yeah.
As many as we can.
Yeah, but there's a few that won't be able to.
There's a few that we can't.
Yeah, like the squat setup, unfortunately, they're going to have to go first and second.
You
Same
and
with
Shane
the
are
car
probably both
deadlift.
kind of technicians when it comes to throwing that thing, so that could
That's
take
true.
you guys a long time.
That's true.
Yeah.
But that is the same way where we'll have to go. One person goes, next person goes, and we'll each go a few times. And a couple.
Hope you can catch your breath between throws.
Yeah. The farmer's carry is going to be done probably best 2 out of 3. There's a couple events. That might be the only one that'll be best 2 out of 3. Otherwise, it's just such a short event. If you
It would suck to have a 10-second.
yeah. And then you're like, and then for those two guys, are like, well, I guess we're done.
Yeah. We're going to try to run the loading event, the loading medley side by side.
That's the goal.
The girls event, I think we can do side by side for sure. Yeah. The tire deadlift will be one at a time,
Yep.
but won't take long.
But that'll be a rising bar too, so it, that it's not like you just go and then the other person just goes. Like it goes back and forth, so that who's first and second isn't quite as big of a deal. Just like in the log press, it's not that big of a deal, and that who goes
a new
first.
weight, we both go. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be pretty sweet.
Oh, it will be.
Here's the event that I'm most interested in seeing. The stone, fucking last man standing stones.
Yep.
I messaged Brad today about it, and I told him, I was like, that is literally the last thing in the fucking world I would want to do.
I think they're both excited about it too.
I think so too.
Yeah, he's like, dude, how many chances am I ever going to get to do an event like that? I'm like, I guess, but like, you're going to throw up.
Yeah.
Like,
So
what the fuck?
They're gonna get 60 seconds each time. So as soon as the
yep.
stone lands on their side, they've got 60 seconds. So there's some strategy there. Like if that guy struggled,
You want to go fast?
yeah, be like,
dump it right
maybe I
back
need to
on
get
it.
it over there really quick and start his time
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Because you'd think 60 seconds is kind of a long time, but they're also doing it like, what if they're doing it 10 times? They're gonna need
Some re-tag.
yeah.
What weight are they doing?
330, I think.
I like that.
Will be the
That's a good weight to make it so it doesn't take 45 minutes.
right. I mean, if we do a teeny lighter, they could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll die.
You want this to be, but you want this to be between 5 and 10 reps.
Yep,
tops.
and that's what I think. Where I think it'll end up. Probably that'll probably be the final event, other than the tug of war, because I just think that's going to be fun to watch.
That will be and that's one where you want the other 18 guys fucking
right in their ear.
Right in their ear.
And that's what I picture it'll be like too. So that'll be a lot of fun. Especially, I hope it's close. The whole the total points for the day.
I think the thing that'll be the no, we're good. Look at that. Look at that, guys. The old Acer.
No technical
Still
difficulties here.
hanging in there. But we is that like it's not like, oh fuck, I got to go deadlift a car for max reps in 45 seconds. Like I just can't be that vested in what's going on here. Like someone's doing a thing, like I got to literally, guys, I'm just pressing a log.
Yeah.
I can fucking. So that'll be my favorite thing, is like we'll actually be able to be fans more in this one.
Yeah,
Which will be fun.
And really, everyone doing every event will have the ability to lay it all on the line, because you're literally just doing that one event. So there's no
Gaming
I gotta
on
go
this one, and
I gotta go flip a tire 100 feet after this. Like, I'm not gonna try that last attempt. It's literally like, this is all I'm here for. I am, like going to go until there is nothing left. And I think everyone will kind of have that mentality, which will make it fun to watch. But yeah, I think there will be, not like the teams. We know
Totally
everyone on
doesn't
both
matter.
the teams.
Yeah, it totally doesn't matter.
I believe you'll find it. It'll be exciting. You'll be cheering for your own team.
Losing team has to get a tattoo, a Massenomics tattoo,
a tattoo of Larry's face on your ass.
which would be even better if Larry wins, or if Larry loses.
I can't think of a bad outcome of that one.
No.
But yeah, that'll be a good time. That's coming up soon too.
Yeah.
Now we're what?
About 6 weeks away.
God damn.
It's getting closer by the day.
Yeah.
That's
it's
what
actually
they say.
The problem. The problem you have with this too is that there is way more shit for you to set up.
There's going to be a lot of stuff.
Your logistics are.
But the benefit though is that I'm not going to
Doing
be
as
killing
much.
myself like at 5 grueling events
Yeah.
that I'm that I'm dead, so I can put a little more time into setting things up and tearing them down without being dead.
I do also think we're sleeping on that fucking rising bar with the yoke event.
Oh,
That's some shit. One, I've never heard of that, and two, one yoke carry at a near max weight, you're done for a week.
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah.
And then this is like, well, that was near max. Let's keep adding weight.
They're probably going to do 3. Like, I'm going to let them dictate the jumps a little bit at the time, but the plan is probably jumping 50-ish pounds a time. So they're starting at 800. So if they go 850, 900, or maybe they'll decide they want to go 75 pounds. But I like that idea. That kind of came from talking with them, too. They, that kind of came out of just what they would want to do and what would be fun. It's not going to be a very long run, but it's going to be very heavy.
That is all I can say. It's the last thing in the world.
Well, and they both said they want to do. When I throw in other, talking about doing like a set.
That's Alan and
Trevor.
Fuck yeah! Well, and they're both. Trevor's really good at yokes.
Trevor told me, if you get me a good surface to go on, I'm gonna do 1,000 pounds. So that's
we just gotta hope my yokes are gonna handle. This is the big test for the Titan yokes, guys.
What will be cool about that is having the 2 yokes is we can they can go at the same time. It's
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Going to be a race other than if that's the final weight. If they both like peter out on the next one,
then the time before
maybe,
is the one that wins.
Or maybe it's max. Maybe if they both peter out on the next one, it's whoever got farther. I don't know yet for sure.
Or if they both finish the next one, the last one, it'll be time.
Right.
Or do we go up until someone doesn't get it?
Well, I think we go until
the yokes break,
or until someone or the yokes break.
So there's a chance I might not be owning that gym at that time. That this might be, whatever.
But so to do that though, I was doing the math, and to load both of them to 1,000 pounds will take like 36 45-pound plates.
Ooh. Yeah, because those yokes are 180.
Yeah. So it'd take 16 a piece, gets to like 8 or 9 or.
We got them, don't we?
Yeah, I think so. I think I got enough.
It's like 4 or 5 on each corner.
Yeah, right? 4 on each corner.
We just literally have to bring every single plate from the
That's
gym.
the annoying part.
Is hauling that many 45s around.
Have we touched on the party?
That's always the final event.
We have not touched the party yet, but
listen, I know now.
I'll be married by then.
Yeah, so is that going to change things
I would say
with the
that
party?
could. Well, I'll be married by then, so I might not be married after that party.
Because obviously we're still having the party at your house.
Well, naturally.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have it here, but I think you guys are going to make a mess.
So that'll be the 12th event this year.
12th event.
12th event. Yeah. The infamous.
And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think everyone will be feeling much better this year.
Yeah,
there's not going to be a lot
opportunity for it to be a lot more fun.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That goes for the competition and the party, both of them. More fun.
Because that's the thing, too, is the party is always like us, like, I hurt so bad.
No, I'm gonna drink. I hurt worse.
And then it's just like, I'm going to drink so fast that I don't hurt anymore.
Or people are like, I'm just not having fun because I don't feel good, and they just slip out and
leave like Tanner.
I have done that.
I mean, I can't blame anyone in that situation because
just once. But that's I think that's the reality there, is that we're setting up this new format so we can party harder and more effectively afterwards.
It's the ultimate goal.
It'll be a better show.
I think it'll be a good show. I think it'll be a really good show. Something I want to get is I mentioned this to Tommy the other day. That would be good.
That would be cool too.
Obviously more seating, but what I would like to get is cowbells. Yeah. Of the two team colors, and it's like you can kind of pick your
that would
team
be
that you're
so obnoxious.
That's the thing, like, because people walking by, they'll be like,
"Fuck, what's going on over there?" Like, I'm at a fair and I hear a cowbell.
Yeah. Can we get 500 cowbells made?
I mean, I figured even if we had a couple hundred, that would be
obnoxious enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you got some details on that? Is that doable?
I looked into some pricing, and it's definitely doable.
It's in the realm of possible.
I think it'll happen. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty pretty sold on it, so I'll be
Or
sad
we
if it
could
doesn't
just
happen.
buy like 100 air horns and just see.
I could pass just a few out just to like.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, plan like-
except be like, it cannot happen during.
It'll
the
be
event.
like, well, it'll be like 5 minutes into the thing. We'll get Rusty to say, "All right, everyone, look under your
Yeah.
seats. There's a few air horns in the crowd."
duct taped under
It's
your
like
seat.
it's like at NFL stadiums. Some I don't know which ones, but they get accused of piping in noise.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the goal is to pipe in noise to
Pipe
our
in
crowds,
noise,
just
yeah.
so it's like, what is this scene? Like
Maybe-
everyone
maybe
loves
hand out,
this
like,
thing.
Are
free
they gonna
alcohol
give
just to
us-
get everyone extra rowdy?
Are they going to give us more seating? Have you
That's
negotiated
been
that yet?
That's yeah. Well, I mean, we've talked about it. That's the one thing that I'm
Here's
insisting
here's
on.
the strategy that I would figure out. Remember we joked about the
Just
the
steal-
dog show next door.
Yes.
Like this is going to be much faster than last time, and it won't coincide with anything he's doing. So it just needs to be where they need to bring their equipment over and give us all the seating they have, and then take all the seating from the dog show.
Yeah.
And as
Yeah.
soon as we're done, you put it back.
Yeah.
Like that's not that unreasonable. It's fucking 30 feet away.
Right.
Like we're sitting over there. There's enough bleachers for an extra 400 people, unused. Well, we've got people that can't see.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's
tragedy.
that's not gonna bank on anything yet. But that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
goal
we've
is
learned that lesson the
Yeah,
hard way.
that's the
but-
goal is to get more seating.
Well, I think
that's
it's going to be
that.
tremendous.
Yep.
So, well, we're almost at wrap up time.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure to be back.
We do have the Weekend Warrior lift shirt is back in stock in every size. And they have been selling like hotcakes today since that news became official again. So I don't know how long it'll
They
last.
might not
so
be back inside.
If there's a particular size that you're after, do not wait. I mean, we'll get more of those again, anyways. But
But
just- if you wait,
if
you
you want to
could
get
have
in
to
on
wait.
this run,
yeah,
You might have to wait even longer
Yeah.
than you thought you
Yeah.
would have to wait.
the shorts are in now.
yep, the shorts are in.
The lift shorts are in.
Those are for sale on the website.
and
too.
they are the good ones.
Yep, they're screen printed.
I got a pair of
champions.
not the good ones
Yeah,
right now.
the original,
guys,
Yeah, that prototype.
I ate the prototype
Yep.
so that you can have the good ones.
Yep, me too.
Mine still say lift, kind of.
Do they say Massenomics?
No, they do not.
Because the one
There's
early
an
in the
M
process,
and
you
there's
said
some S's and
mine went poorly, and yours
mine's
kind
like
of were going
everything
better.
looks pretty good.
Yeah, that
And,
didn't last for a
it
long
didn't
time.
last,
Yeah.
no. The lift is gonna. I think the lift will hang on there, but it's gonna look bad. But
Yeah.
the rest is not gonna.
So we made the right decision not shipping those out to
yeah,
you
we'd
guys.
have a real tough time
Our R&D
justifying
department.
that to
Really.
you.
We do the right thing here at Quality Control.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
we
we do.
lift in them, we sweat in them, then we sell those exact pairs to you.
Yep. Tested.
But well, that will have us wrapped up for today. Make sure you go to Massenomics.com, go to the store. That's where you're gonna find the shirt. Not the shirt Tanner's wearing. We don't have the red OG.
Nope.
But you're gonna
Maybe
find
someday again.
You're gonna find Tanner's hat. You're gonna find the lift shirt, Huge Life shirt, all the good stuff.
Not many left of the Huge Life shirt, so if you want one of those, get one soon too.
And that one will be
That
a limited run.
Yep. So that might not be back right away again.
Oh man,
So if you do want one of those, seriously order it because you might not have that opportunity again.
that's really sad.
Yeah.
Jesus, guys. But then what else we got? There you're going to find our articles, videos, and all the good stuff there. Make sure you go to youtube.com/Massenomics and subscribe to the page. We have a lot of subscribers, more than I would have expected for
It's been trending up.
this humble
There's
little
an uptick.
operation.
We've got more than we used to.
Way more than we used to. So make sure you follow us on Facebook and... God, I think that's the bulk of it. Reviews, iTunes reviews,
Yeah,
Apple
we can use some
Podcast
of
reviews.
those. None to read today, so
Yeah,
shame.
and mostly because we don't know how to read.
Yeah,
But,
that's the first step.
but yeah, if you could write us a review and then record yourself saying it, and then like email it to us at getbig@massenomics.com.
We'll share that.
But that'll do it for us today. I'm Tyler. You can follow me on Instagram at Tyler F. and Stone. That's Tyler EFF Stone. Tommy
I am at Tomahawk_D.
and Tanner.
The Instagram Massenomics at Massenomics.
You really nailed that.
Just flows so good.
The
At
Instagrams with the
Massenomics.
Massenomics. All right. Well, thanks a lot for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you next week, and stay strong.
Oh, is it still recording?
It's still going.
Open powerlifting is now available.
I was
on
going to say that too. iPhones,
yeah.
all the new languages. God, I was going to drop that in the beginning too.
We could talk more about
We'll
it
talk.
next
We'll
time.
plug it again next week.
Yeah.
But Open Powerlifting has all the new shit. This is the worst time to drop a plug
Because everyone already turned it
probably
off.
are not
Yeah.
listening. But for real, we'll remind you next week. Thanks a lot for listening. And stay
You just
strong.
heard the Massenomics podcast. With your ears, you're welcome. Check us out on Facebook, find us on Instagram at Massenomics, and make sure you visit Massenomics.com and buy some of that sweet Massenomics gear. From your friends at Massenomics Studio, home of the world's strongest podcast, stay strong.